In Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus, no bigger than this, that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish. And these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia, the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change old laws. We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopies, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. But we don't have AR-15s, and thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. And there wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons, and there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Auzzie Rules. Hey, Boo.
Hey, it's working this time. Good.
Yes, I made sure I even did a test.
Testing.
I did. I was testing. Um, so welcome to another Aussie Rules. It's a lovely. And this is going to be different than everybody else, but it is the 4th of July here in a I don't know. It's a mediocre day here in Brisbane. It's a bit chilly. There's a bit of a breeze going on. I did some washing just before this live, and I went to hang it out, and I've got my, sleeveless shirt on, and it was a bit chilly outside. A
You're
little
you're
bit chilly.
all of those wife beaters.
Um, I don't know what you call it. After our midweek conversation about jumpers, I really don't know what to call this.
We call jumpers for like little kids, the little like
Guys, no, 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 no. It's a jumper. Actually, what is it? So you guys call them hoodies.
well, we have hoodies and then we have sweatshirts. And normally a pullover is like I use that as an action, not as like a garment. Does that make sense? Like you pull over your shirt.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Sorry, my computer was giving me a message. I stopped the share screen, and then I don't know. Like I said, I had to do like a partial Windows repair, and it took me a while. It takes me a while to get my computer back working the way I want it to work, and I'm getting all these notifications now that I never got before. I think it's the Windows update because they've done like 2 or 3 major updates this year, and I don't know. I've been having a little bit of trouble.
It's interesting how like with English languages you have different slang. I remember when I was living overseas, I had a friend who was from Ireland, and it took me a while to figure out when he said I'm pissed, he meant he was drunk.
Yeah,
Because I was
yeah.
like, finally I was like, you don't seem very angry. He said,
It's like,
no, I'm drunk. I said,
yeah.
oh, okay, I got you, Jeff.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah, I'm going out to get pissed.
Yes. Or I'm so pissed or whatever. And it's like, you don't seem angry. I'm sorry.
Oh, geez. That's a good one. Um,
They use
oh,
fag as a cigarette. I remember that too.
yeah, well, what, the cigarette slang?
Yes.
So they used to call them fags, which I guess is not really politically correct now
Right.
in any shape or form. But ciggies, smokes, what's some other terms for that? I'm not sure. What, did you just mute yourself on purpose?
Yes, I'm
Uh,
sorry.
just thought I'd check because you had a few technical difficulties yourself.
Yes, the restart, the reload, the reboot. It was a pain in the ass.
Do you see why I always try to get you on StreamYards 15 minutes before?
Yes, I definitely need it because I think last time was an issue as well.
uh, anyway, welcome to the chat. Yeah, cancer sticks is another one. Cancer sticks. I use that one when mum's.
Coffin nails.
Which one?
Coffin nails.
Coffin. I haven't heard that one before. Yeah. So who have we got? Who have we got in the chat? Well, who? I don't know if they're still there, but we had
Yes,
we
definitely.
had we had Jessica, we had Manda, we had Helen. What is this?
That's
Queen
Lauren.
Helen Crazy, Cass, Andy. That's about it. Oh, Deborah, Beetlejuice. Good to see you, Beetlejuice.
Yes.
And
Kevin, is that Kevin
I
here?
think even Kenny might have dropped in,
Yeah.
but he won't be here for long. He doesn't stay for very long. Yeah. So anyway, so what we were going to do today was that we were going to have this great idea where we would go like, oh, let's just play some online games. Oh, well, that sounds good because Casper can screen share and then we can all just play along. But it wasn't as easy as I thought. I couldn't really find anything decent to do. I was going to do the same. Maybe my fallback plan was to go back to the type of game that Hello Starlight plays on her channel occasionally when she does a games night. I think it's called Crackerbox or something like that. But I didn't get time to work out how exactly it worked, because I tried to play it with Hello Starlight one time, and I couldn't even get into the register fast enough to get into the game. So I didn't quite understand. The questions seemed really weird and the answers were weird. I didn't really get how it worked, but I thought maybe it might have been something cool. But then I said to you, well, why don't we just like oh no, you might have said to me, why don't we just do some questions with people and sort of have a chat type of interaction. But I guess you and I wanted to like do a quiz on people, and I thought maybe, oh, we'll do a personality quiz on someone. But then again, I thought, oh fuck, no one's going to want to come up and have a personality quiz done on them. Like they'd be like, oh, fucking Casper and Doodle exposing me, like. And I thought, yeah, well, I don't know if that's going to work either. So I was sort of
psyche of someone.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think people necessarily want to be sussed out too much like that. Although I got there's a couple of people I think would be up for it. Someone like Nikki would probably be up for it. She doesn't care. Like, yeah, you want to expose me? Come, go ahead.
I really like her chats because she's done a lot of these like kind of questions too, and then they kind of just lead into different things that you talk about. But she always does that really, really well.
Yeah, and then I thought to myself, lately we've had a few funny stories told to us, there's probably been a few different. I mean, we know so many people. There's probably a lot of different stories being told, but it made me start to think, about. Because, we've got pretty much a lot of life experience. And I started to think about the funny things that have happened to me in the past. And I started to think, and this is based off hearing some fucking funny stories from people. And I've started to think to myself, I must have had some funny shit happen to me. And I just need to think about these things. I spent all of my life in Sydney. And I've only been up here for 10 years now.
Now, were you in the suburbs or like an urban dweller?
I was in the suburbs. I was in the southwest. I think it's called the southwestern suburbs of Sydney. And I grew up there. Went to school there, and I lived there. Even when my parents moved out of Sydney and went to the Hunter Valley and then came up here, I was still in Sydney for a long time after that. So funny thing is, like, I used to work for a company. I was trying to work out how long I was there for, because I left for 1 year and they asked me to come back. So basically I took a year off, and I went back for I think I got 25 years total. I think I was there 10 the first time, took 1 year off, and then I went back for 15. And then I came up here. So that's in a nutshell. So my funny story that I'm going to share today was that you can imagine, and everyone can relate to this, being in a workplace, that a lot of people come and go. I mean, even since I've been up here for 10 years, I've seen a lot of people come and go, even at the companies or the main company that I've been in. Some people have come and gone. And I still have some of those people, like, say, on my Facebook. One girl, it's amazing how life can change. Like, one girl was very single, South African lady, very single, little rough around the edges, but she was a nice girl. It was just her and her 2 German shepherds. And then you look back years later, now she's with some guy, got a baby. I think one of her German shepherds passed. And you just look back and go, wow, I used to muck around with this girl at work, and so evolution, or whatever you call it. Okay, so
how long had you worked together?
Probably 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just people come and go. Like, so especially in my business, because we have a lot of like student engineers, and I've seen people come and go, and there was, I'll give you another example. There was a young girl that had been working there since she left school. She was like, one of my bosses was like was a school teacher, and school teachers have a very caring nurturing sort of way about them, and they it's not just because they were teachers or they were teachers. That's their personality, and they like to help young people. That just seems to be a trait. And what she used to do was she used to go to this one school, and she would offer anyone wanting a part-time job, if they were looking for one girl or two, it doesn't have to be a girl, but one person or two people. And there was this one girl, and her name was Saskia, and I'm still good friends with her. And she was a very different type of girl, but when I say different, I would say different from me, because this girl had an IQ that would be out of this world. And I'm not I think I'm pretty high IQ, but nowhere near this girl. This girl had her picture on the school hall, that she was she's worshipped in the school. That's how much she overachieved. Anyway, this girl came and worked for my company, and she was really, really good at it. But I could see that it was just it wasn't definitely wasn't a career in this girl. She had her sights on traveling. She was really into Asia. She was into arts, art galleries and all that sort of stuff. And she ended up being some sort of curator or something. But anyway, so tell a long story short, she's, we worked together for many, many years. This is up here. I'll get back to the Sydney story in a minute. And she left to go to China. This was way before COVID and stuff like that. So she went to go to China as some sort of exchange student thingy, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I kept her on Facebook. Anyway, so about a month ago, probably, this would have been before COVID. Fuck. So early in the year, she comes in to work and she's got a baby. She's got a newborn baby in her hand. I'm like, what the fuck, Saskia? And she just smiles at me, I said, what have you been up to? So yeah, she's like, it's amazing how things change. So getting back to the Sydney story. So I work with this girl for, I was saying to Doodle, told Doodle this story. Apparently I've told Doodle this story a long time ago. I was working with this girl for sort of 5+ years in the office, and I it wasn't a type of friendship where I had I want a piece of this, or if I get a chance, I wouldn't mind going out with this, or maybe I should ask her out, or it was never a case of this. It was always just that we always had a laugh and worked well together whenever we interacted because I was in pretty much the workshop area and she was in the office, and office people tend to move around. So, I used to see her when she parked the car in the car park, and if I happened to be outside out the back or on the forklift, maybe I would see them come in, or they'd sometimes come down to the workshop to say hello to the guys and this and that. So anyway, to tell, fairly long story short, she decided that she would leave, and she must have had a better opportunity elsewhere. I would imagine it would be probably salary related. She was definitely younger than me. She was probably 5+ more years. I even probably more. I'd say she was probably maybe 10 years younger than me at the time. When we were there, I was probably in my very late 30s, and so she was probably in her late 20s, something like that. Anyway, I found out she's leaving. I signed the card and all that sort of jazz. The office, maybe they went out for lunch, but the office and workshop were different sort of entities, so we didn't really interact. It was a very, very big company. And she says to me, my last day's Friday, Daz. I'll see you before I leave. And I'm thinking, yeah. Of course, see me before you leave. I don't think I had her on Facebook or anything either. So I don't think I had a number or anything like that. So basically, it was a situation where if you left the workplace, basically you got no way of contacting them, because you're not going to go to HR and say, hey, give me this chick's phone number. They're not going to give it to you. So she just says to me in conversation, like, oh, I'm leaving. I went, oh, you're leaving? Oh, fuck, really? Where, and she probably told me where she was going, but I didn't pay any attention, or can't remember it. So she goes like, I'll see you before I leave. Oh, okay, all right, yep. And I was pretty busy in that job. So anyway, it comes to either the day before or the day. She goes, oh, I'm leaving I'm leaving today. Today's my last day. And I said, oh, well, are you leaving early or anything? You know, sometimes people just sort of leave early the last day. No one gives a shit. They're going sort of thing. She goes, and I think she was like, no, I'm finishing at 5. I remember she was finishing at 5 because she was an office worker 9 to 5. Whereas I was a 7. What was I? I was a 7 till 3:15 was the normal time, but we used to always work back. So I was always there till either 5:15 or 6:15 or something. So overtime. Yeah, we used to get overtime back in Sydney. I didn't get overtime in Queensland. So she says to me, I'll see you before I go. And okay, all right, okay, yeah, fine. Anyway, I said, I'll be here. And, anyway, so I was sort of like trying to remember exactly how it happened because it's some sort of details are sketchy. I remember the good bits though. And anyway, so she comes down through the workshop and I'm working in my office and she goes, hey, Dad. I say, hey, how you going? She goes, I didn't think there'd be people still working in the workshop. And I went like, oh, there's a few people around, but I said, I'm going to probably head off soon. And she goes, well, it's my, I'm leaving and
gonna head off for sure.
Sorry?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Are you trying to throw in something comical there?
I'm being naughty. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So then she says to me, so I wanted to give you something before I left. I went, oh, well, okay. So she shuts I'm in an office, like a small office, which is probably the size of a bedroom, I guess, a decent sized bedroom. And she shuts the door and locks it. And I'm like, I'm still sitting behind my desk. Well, one of those twisty lock things. And I also had a window in my office and I put a blind on I got a blind and I mounted the blind and the blind was perfect fit. And you could block out, if you wanted to have a meeting or something, you could just sort of block it out. Anyway, so she looks across at the window because I usually kept the blind halfway up so I could see people walking back and forth past the office. And so she starts fumbling with the blind, and the blind was a bit like hard to use because it was like a secondhand sort of blind. And so I got up and I said, do you want me to close this? And she went, yeah. So I just didn't really ask any more questions. I just closed it. And right. And then she goes like,
no questions?
No questions. No, just comes over and starts fumbling with my zipper. And I'm like, hang on. I'm going like, hang on. I said, hang on. I said, there's still people around. And like, are you sure? Like, I don't want to get in trouble because I'm technically, I was still working. I was still technically logged in, although I could have easily have just logged out. No problem. I could have done that. But I don't really think at the end of the day, anyone would appreciate that sort of stuff. I mean, I'm sure shit like that happens at work. In fact, how many times do people hook up at office Christmas parties and stuff like that? Heard so many of those stories. But so I basically got up. I said, hang on. I got up.
At work, or was she your subordinate? Were you her boss? What was the scenario there?
Oh, no. I'm not. No, I'm not a boss. No. Like I said before, the office and the workshop area were completely separate, right? Separate chain of command, separate like staff. This is a big company. It's not like a small company where the office it's the office for the workshop. No. This is just a office block for that company. And the workshop, because it was split in different sections, and the workshop was a completely different section. So what I decided to do was like, I'm still like a little bit in shock. Like it's like being like, it's okay to be like doing that at the urge of the moment type thing with someone that you know well and you've been there and done it, you feel fine with it. It's like, oh yeah, let's do it. Like, but someone who you didn't expect it from that's leaving and then suddenly throws that upon you. It was very like, I don't know. I was very sort of like, oh. So anyway, I'm thinking to myself, I got up and I'm thinking, I'm not going to waste this fucking opportunity. Are you crazy? Like, because like she's leaving. So I got.
Amanda said she was an opportunist, and so
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, but yeah, obviously she was. Yeah. So I got up and I turned the light out because when people see my light on through the window, they know I'm working, and I very often have the door closed and I'm working in my office because I've got an air conditioner and either it's hot or it's cold or whatever. And I often shut the door to zoom out any noise that's happening in the workshop because it's a workshop of banging and sawing and all that sort of stuff, all different types of stuff going out there. It's quite like an open, workshop with the big overhead crane flying down and all that sort of stuff. So, I often have my door shut just for noise purposes. So anyway, I get up and I decided that I wasn't going to lose the opportunity. And basically I turned the light off and she put her bag on the spare. Had 2 tables in that office because I often share the office with someone else. The person that used to do the dispatch, we used to have the computer in the office to keep it nice and tidy. And, so I turned the light off and I sat back down in my chair, and then she basically just got on her hands and knees, got it out and just gave me like an incredible blowjob for about, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. I'm not lying, 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes is all I needed. Like, and when it was done, I said to her, "Oh, sorry, when you talk, sometimes I don't hear it because I'm still talking. Or maybe I think it's a delay. Hang on. What did you say?"
I said, "Were you nervous or were you?"
Yeah. Well, both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both. Because I really didn't expect that. I honestly, like I said to you before, I was living in this fucking magnificent, what we call a granny flat. And it was a really large granny flat. Like it was a 2-bedroom granny flat with a laundry slash bathroom toilet. And I was single for since Jane went back to Melbourne, and I've told you that story. I was single that whole time after that. And I would have absolutely, I love to just say, hey, let's just spin back to my place for an hour or so. Like, where it would have been beautifully and comfortable and could have got into a lot more, but all I got was a blowjob.
Oh, is that all?
True story. And yeah, that was the goodbye. That was the goodbye. It was a blowjob. And did I want another blowjob from her? Yes, absolutely. But she left, and that was it. I didn't see her again.
Has that happened before, though? I mean, have you had that happen again?
No, never in a workplace, because I wouldn't do that in a workplace. Because I know that it's just like I've heard too many stories where people have given into their desires, and it just doesn't work out well in the long run. If you want to fuck something up, do it in your own time. That's what I do. So if you're even if you take a chance, if you like somebody at work or someone through work or whatever, then you got to take it. You got to take it after hours. You can't do that shit. You can't do that shit at work. It's not like where I work now. My direct I have two people above me. I have the production manager and then the boss of the company, and I'm on the management team as well. So as well as my boss, obviously, is on the management team. He had his wife working at this company for a while, and she was very, very good at her job. But the interaction between the two, just from me looking at them, was not always pleasant. And I think they would both admit that it's very difficult to work together and then go and live together. And it's just it just doesn't work very well.
Father, yeah. And he was probably the hardest boss I had, actually.
Which one?
My father.
Oh, your father. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran his company for about 8 years, and he was probably the toughest boss I had because, I think some people get a bad rap when they work for their parents, like they have it easy, but my father was kind of opposite.
No, they actually expect more from you, Doodle, if you work for the family. Like I also been told many, many times, and there's some famous sayings about don't work, don't ever do a family business. Like that, like it destroys relationships and forever. Like there's another instance where there's this lady that I work with, the one that I told you, the narcissistic lady that I work with. She worked with her family, and they did like wine or something like that. And this lady did like the family did the books, like the accountant sort of system in the books, and they ended up falling out. And they still, to this day, some of the family don't talk over this business, over doing business together.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. You know, I remember telling my father, it was after about 8 years, and they were, you know, they were older, and I said, look, I don't really want to run this business. It's not really my kind of tea. And I told him, and I said, besides, I want my father back, because pretty much every time we were together, it was always like office talk.
Yeah.
And we kind of, I think, even though we had a richer understanding of each other, the father-daughter part of it kind of took the back burner. And so it was really nice when they did sell it and retired. And
what? Okay, so it's not in the business. It's not in the family anymore. What sort of? Can you say what sort of business it was, or not really?
Well, my father still owns a couple of warehouses, but it was a
Okay.
moving company as well. We just closed the moving part of it,
A moving company.
like the trucks and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But they still have the warehouses.
There's probably good money in that. I'm just thinking, when I moved from Sydney to Queensland, I had a quite a large granny flat, and I probably had a lot of shit. It cost me about $1,000 to go from Sydney to Brisbane, which is a 12-hour drive, and it's about 1,000 kilometers. Cost me about $1,000 Australian. So I wonder anyway. So that's my story. But I have to ask you something now. Like even from based off my story, you know, obviously you and I have talked a hell of a lot offline, and I never asked you, like, have you ever been in that situation, even when you were younger? Have you ever been in that situation where you wanted to bang someone that you worked with? Because I mean, I've had that like feeling when I was in Sydney. I had that feeling about a couple of girls, but I could never act on it because I knew it was never going to end up good.
Right. No, I've not been in that situation.
Really? Oh, come on.
I did have one.
A lady of your experience. Come on.
No, someone can put off vibes or not put those vibes off. But my ex-husband was actually a flatmate in a 3-apartment house. And I was he had asked me out several times, and I said, no, you know, we're neighbors. I don't want to do that. And he went away back to his home country during Christmas, and I kind of missed him. And then when he came back, we started dating, and we ended up getting married. But it was nervous then, even, you know, him being a neighbor. You know, you don't want to go out with your neighbor. You know, it's later on.
Neighbor. Let me think about that. Fuck. Yeah. Neighbor sex.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had any good neighbor sex. You know, it might be just me, but I fucking hate my neighbors.
I know you do.
both sides
ago, weren't they?
Both sides are chummy, right? They interact with each other, and we're stuck in the middle, right? And they're both fucking assholes. Don't get me started on that. They're both fucking assholes. One side I thought were fine until, like, we had a wooden fence that was falling down, and they agreed for me to get it replaced, right? And I said, oh, I'll be happy to get the quotes, you know, like as many quotes as you want, because I want to get the best price too, because I just moved into this house and I had a nice little kitty for doing any renovations. Mum and I knew that we had to get that fence built. We had to put the air cons in because it was a hot house, and we knew we had to do these things. So we had when I did the books, you know, on the sale of the last house, I decided, okay, Mum, you have this much, I'll have this much. We'll put this much on the house. I think I put $100K straight on the house and put the rest in mortgage. And then we had a nice little, you know, kitty to live comfortable. You know, we had money there to pay bills, you know, which is always a worry. when bills come in. And these neighbors said to me, "Oh yeah, there, Darren, yeah, just yeah, show us the quotes." And I said, "Look, you know, obviously you go as halves with that straight run from our back corner to the front, as far along as you want." I said, because we had one of them wooden fences, babe, where it narrowed down at the front. It was just, maybe that's just the style, but I didn't like being able to walk to the front of my driveway and then seeing into their yard. I said to them, I'd like to have a fence all the way down to the front, you know, where the letterbox is, like when you do a straight line across type thing. Sure. And they went, yeah, that'd be great. And I wanted, look, I really don't want the wooden fence, because the rest of our back fence and our side fence on the other side is all color bond. And they said, no, color bond is fine. What
is that?
Metal, colored metal. What do you guys call it?
Oh, okay, kind of. I think maybe like, is it from like an aluminum type deal?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Okay. You know how it's, yeah. So they agreed with that. Now I wanted to match the rest of my fences, which was cream color, color bond, and a dark green top runner across to match my other ones. And they didn't want the green top bit. They just wanted it all one color. So I reluctantly agreed. Okay, fine. Yep, no worries. I said, we will put our gates in color bond, right, and the extra stuff that we wanted, we will pay, obviously, blah, blah, blah. So I had it all separated. Anyway, then they turned around and said, we'll do it ourselves. It's much cheaper. I went, okay. I said, well, I really don't want to. I don't know anything about fencing, and I don't even know too much about fucking mixing concrete, for God's sake, you know, because you got to put all the posts in and everything. I said, I really don't want to say that I know how to do this, because I don't know how to do this. I said, if you guys want to do it, then maybe we can save money somewhere else. Like maybe instead of me helping you, let's take a few $100s off or something. And then they turned around and said, how about you guys put the barbecue on for lunch, and, you know, I'll provide the labor and we'll do it. And I went, absolutely. I said, if you want to put all the materials in my yard, my backyard, that's absolutely fine. We'll do a barbecue for you, no worries. So we left it at that. So we started to get all the quotes in, right? And then they turned around and said, you know what? We're not going to do it now. We've got like sick people in our family. We can't get enough people to help, and we don't think it's worth it. Let's just pay someone to do it. Which was my feeling from the start, Boo. Was I just want to get the right people in to do the job, because I always believe in, when you're talking about tradies, it's horses for courses. You know, people are skilled at this. That this is all they do, and they can do it fast. I mean, they can do it 10 times, 20 times faster than what I could do it.
Oh, so, yeah. I mean, same.
Okay, so this is what happens. So I find someone, actually through Facebook, because a lot of people advertise on Facebook. I found someone through Facebook. I got him to come out. I showed him what I wanted, and I told him, look, they only want, you know, color bond down here, this color, but for the gates, I want the same color, but I want the green pin on the top, and I want a little piece over the side there, because we had a site to replace a little wooden fence on the other side. We'll pay for that separately. Give me a quote for the straight run, which was probably about, I don't know, 20, 25 meters or whatever it was down the side. And they did that, and they were going, okay, so that's another thing. Oh, okay, so the guy's going to start the fence on this date. Is this going to be a problem for you? They got a small dog, right? The wooden fence was in such a condition that you could have just walked through the bloody thing. I was forever, you know, screwing on palings trying to keep the fence together.
Was this the little white dog?
So they,
cute little dog?
no, I don't know what their dog is. It's smaller than yours. Sorry, it's not smaller than yours, but anyway, they got this little dog, sorry. And I said, is it going to be a problem not having the fence there, you know, with your dog and everything? And they went, oh, no, it's no problem at all. Just tell him to do how long is it going to take? And I said, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 days, you know, would be my guess. That's okay. We're going away. We're going away. And I said, oh, you're going away? Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Well, then that's probably going to be nice for you, because when you come back, it's all going to be all done. Oh, great, fantastic. Okay, thank you. Here's my number if you have any problems. Okay, fine. So I said to the guy, mate, come straight through the carport. I knocked down the wooden fence and got rid of all the wooden fence. Put all your materials in my backyard, mate. It's not a problem at all. Help yourself to the fridge out the back. It's got water in it. You know, you can get power for your extension cords and stuff like that. No problem. Just it's all there for you. And so I organized with this fence guy. He was a nice guy. He preferred to do wooden fences, but he decided to, you know, he's branching into Colorbond because he knows that's more popular. Anyway, so he puts the fence up, basically, right? He puts the fence up and he finishes. And he came back maybe just to do a few little touches, this and that. Anyway, they come back from holidays. Oh, by the way, they paid me. They paid me for their half and all that sort of stuff. So I had all the money. It was never a money problem. Anyway, so while the guy was putting up the fence, Boo, I took some photos just so that the neighbor would feel comfortable with, you know, seeing the fence and seeing the progression of the fence and seeing the fence up. Because I thought it looks so fantastic when you put a new fence up. It just makes your place look so fucking nice. And so I sent I had her mobile number, and I was sending her pictures of the fence, and she said, "Oh, looks great. Yep, no worries. Yep, we'll be back next week." Okay, the guy finishes the fence. You know, I pay him the money, all that sort of stuff, and they come back from holidays. I don't hear nothing from them for at least a few days, and then one day he comes over. I wasn't home. And he seems like poor mum's home, right? And he's going off at mum, aggravated about something or other, about the fence. And I got home and mum said, "Well, neighbour's not happy." And I went like, "Which?" And I go, "What?" "Oh, he's not happy with the fence." I went, "It looks fucking great. What do you mean? What's wrong with the fence? It looks fantastic." And she said, "Yeah, I know, but he's not happy with." I said, "What is he exactly not happy with?" "Oh, he's not happy with the end bit where it connects onto the back fence." And I went like, "Oh, well, from my side, it looks fantastic." So I went down with a ladder and I looked over, and you know where like you've got like a T section, basically the fence comes down to the back fence, and it's like a T section. Now it looked fine from my side, but the neighbor's fence was a little bit offset, and it wasn't really a T section. His was a little bit there. So I think that this guy just put a few brackets on to strengthen the fence, but this guy wasn't happy with it. And so I said to the mum, I said, "Look, tell this guy that whatever he's not happy with, I will get the guy. I can't remember the guy's name. I will get the guy out to fix it. It's not a problem." And I contacted the Facebook guy and I said, "Look, the neighbor's not happy with a few things. I'm absolutely stoked with it. Looks fantastic from my side." I said, "I don't want to start peeking over his fence or going over and butting into his property." I said, "Can you do me a favor? Here's the guy's wife's number. Ring them. Can you please just see what they're not happy with? Can you please make them happy? Do whatever you need doing." And the guy goes, "Yeah, no worries, man. I don't know what they're talking about." So anyway, the guy rings them. He comes out. The guy suddenly changes his tune and says to the fence guy, "Oh no, it's fine. And I said to mum, because I'm talking to this guy on Facebook, you know, and I said to mum, I said, "Now the guy's saying don't worry about it." I said, "Why come over and cause a neighborly dispute or bad blood if now you don't even care about whether the guy comes and fixes it anyway?" So yeah, I just started to think, "Oh, this guy's a fucking idiot." And then yeah, he's just a wanker. He's just an absolute wanker
who did nothing.
So, no, I think the Facebook guy did come out. I think he just said, "No, I need to go. I'm going to come out and just have another look, blah, blah, blah." And the guy, I mean, there was nothing wrong. The fence is solid. The only thing I would say is that at where the posts are between the bits that slide in that make the fence sort of thing, and you got your posts. On top of the post, you've got like what we call these little plastic caps that seal the top of the post. A few of them fell off, but all they need to do is celastic them on. They sort of both supposed to pop on and stay on, but they don't. They tend to fall off for some reason. That's the only thing, but that's not even a fault of his. That's just the way these things are made. the caps don't stay on properly. But you could probably screw them on, you could probably glue them on, or you could use a bit of Celastic. So, but yeah, that caused a bad, for me, bad feelings with those neighbors.
Bad taste.
Yeah, bad taste, especially that I had this fence done within the first 3 months of moving in because I wanted to, get the place looking nice. I pulled down my front fence. It was a stupid old wire fence. It looked like shitty. It looked like something from the 70s. And Mum said, "Oh, well, what sort of fence are you going to put up?" And I said, "I'm not going to put a fence up at all. I'm just going to have an open plan." And it looks really, really nice.
Now, does the weather there affect having wood fences and stuff like that with the salt air? Is it better to?
No, it's no different than anywhere else. In actual fact, a wooden fence actually lasts a long time. They use the treated materials now, but a wooden fence looks fantastic when it first goes up, but it doesn't look that nice in 5 years' time.
Right. I put a stick on my wooden fence, so it's like this, like a dark aqua type color. So I all a color, and so when it gets weathered and it gets kind of like the moss and stuff.
Babe, you got noise going on.
Oh, it's fireworks.
Oh shit!
I can't do anything about it. It's in the street.
Sorry.
I hope it's not too loud.
What's the fireworks for?
It's Independence Day weekend. It's tomorrow. It's our 4th of July Independence Day.
Well, my point was it's tomorrow, not today.
Oh, well, I mean, but you get people with fireworks and you get dads on these streets and they just go crazy. It's just the kind that they go and they buy $200 worth of fireworks and then they're gone.
So have I been talking too much? Should I tell you about the other neighbor?
I don't know that I think I've only heard that story of your neighbor.
Oh, this other neighbor, you're going to love him. This guy mows his lawn. Look, I'm Aussie as Aussie, right? This guy mows his fucking lawn with no shirt on, out of shape, with thongs. Ooh. He's a fucking yobbo, right? What we call a fucking yobbo.
A yobbo?
A yobbo, yeah.
What would that be for us? Is it like a wanker kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, wanker. Yeah, wanker's a good word. Okay, so this other neighbor, right? He's got a house and he's got an open plan at the back, and it's like an extension of the back, but it's open, and that's like their living area. So they basically live out there for most of the fucking year, right? Unless they're going to bed and their rooms are actually in the house. And so for me, I'm at the back of my house, close to their side. So all I get to hear is them all the time, right? And this guy, he's loud. He talks loud. He's always yelling at the kids. This guy was chopping wood, right, at fucking 9:30 at night. He's chopping wood out his backyard at 9:30 at night, like just continuously bang, 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 bang. Oh my God. I want to kill this guy, right? And he's had parties, right? And he's been too loud. He had parties during COVID. He had party during fucking
playthrough. You didn't it?
Even restrictions, right? You were only allowed to have I think at one stage it was just 2 people. Then it went to 5 or something. And then, I'm sure he had a small gathering during COVID, and I'm sure he had more people than he was supposed to. And I can't stand these people. They're you remember I told you there was a fight with a
well,
that wasn't the neighbor. It was the other neighbor that was having the fence fight that I had, and but these neighbors were at those neighbors' house. But the fight wasn't between them. The fight was between some other dude from down the street, I think. But they were involved in that. And I thought to myself, yeah, that'd be right.
Block party?
You're supposed to. There must be a time delay or something. Sorry, say that again.
So you don't participate in these block parties?
That wasn't a block party. They didn't invite anybody.
Because they knew you didn't like them.
No, it's only them two. It was only them two and some other person from down the street. It wasn't a block party.
I see. Well, Okay, so you had like 3 houses.
Yeah, bogan. Does that make more sense to you? A bogan?
Nope, I don't know both
The bogan from Logan? No.
kind of both dickhead. I mean,
Yeah, dickhead's a good name. Yeah. Yeah. So
Wendy's in the chat. Wendy, we love the puppet you did for Casper for his birthday. That was really sweet.
Wendy's in the chat, is she? You know, she still didn't send me. She didn't cast with the antisocial ghost. Yeah, that's actually probably quite true. She didn't send me. Wendy didn't send me the post office box. Right? She said that she wrote that she had it written on a piece of paper and she couldn't find the piece of paper. So I asked her to ask her mum or her sister if they could help her work out what her post office box is so that we could send the mobile phone holder for her so she didn't have to hold her phone when she went on live streams and stuff.
Yes, I messaged her as well. The doctor was there that day, but she's supposed to get back to me and give me that address as well.
Yeah, I
I was
think
wanting to make a Casper and Doodle puppet, and I was having issues of how I was going to do the Casper one, right, to get the head shape and keep it formed. And then Mr. Cardinal came up with the brilliant idea of using a styrofoam ball and then covering it with fabric. And that way I can mold it a little bit. You know, you can shave down the styrofoam. So that's perfect.
I want Wendy to do a Casper and Doodlebug sex show.
No, do it.
I still wanted to do like sort of like I want the puppets to reflect the people though, or the characters. That's what's going to make it funny. Like, it's no good doing like I don't think it's as funny as doing using a Kermit the Frog puppet and saying, "Oh, hi, it's Nikki," sort of thing. I think you need, like with Nikki, I would just do like a blonde. I'd get it like a puppet with a really big blonde wig with really huge boobs. Now that would be a funny Darling Nikki puppet.
Like a Miss Piggy with a different head.
Oh, Miss Piggy, no, I wouldn't go there.
That's the only puppet I've ever seen with big boobs.
But you could just you could just make your own puppet though. Like just get the blonde wig, that type of thing, and the big boobs. That would be. See, I just think that the puppet needs to look like the character.
Yes, well, and I was going to make mine like a ladybug, and then you were going to ghost.
Yeah.
Deborah calls her neighbor a tool.
Yeah, tool is another good one. You're a fucking tool. That's another. But that's like saying you're a dick or a dickhead. Like a tool is a slang of a dick, I guess. Calling someone a dick. Tool. Yeah, you're a tool. Yeah,
that's a pretty good one.
So, what did you think of my blowjob story?
Oh, I think it's pretty cool from a guy's standpoint of view because I was when you're sitting in your office, you're like, oh yeah, you see in the movies where the secretary comes in, and
yeah,
so I can see where that would be like part of something you'd maybe thought about. That's why I was wondering if you were nervous or if you were excited or.
I was nervous, but I didn't have any trouble coming to attention.
I'm sure.
But I was nervous. I have to admit that. And, I don't know if I was more nervous because it was the first time with her or whether I was nervous because I was in my office. I was at work and it's a different thing if you're like, it's a different thing if you like a girl and you take her and you've been dating or seeing her and you take her to your office and do her on your table, because that's a lot of guys' fantasies. That's different because you're already comfortable with the person. But when the person just comes to you and wants to pull your dick out, that can be nervous.
Yes, it could be, especially being at work and.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, I was so engrossed in remembering all the details of my stories, I forgot to ask whether anybody was coming up today. So I have not been checking my messages or anything. I have nothing from Ing today, so he's probably busy, sleeping, whatever. Yeah, some of the puppets on eBay are expensive. I still think all you girls are on the right path as far as making your own. just using sort of like materials to do your own.
Yes, because you can't even find like a Casper puppet unless it's some kind of like little rubber type like
Little rub.
that's not gonna work.
That sounds funny. Okay, so I don't have any messages. Okay, cool. I tend not to be too good at multitasking, so if I'm telling a story and I'm actually looking at YouTube and stuff like that, I always forget. I always forget to check my Discord or my Hangouts and that sort of stuff. But it's okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at Wendy. She said we're gonna love the next puppet show, and we're gonna all donate like crazy because she's already working on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Deborah Doodle loves my sex stories. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we all have a past.
Do you remember I said on my last YouTube live, as in writing with Casper, that I for a very short time was seeing a girl. This was a fucking long time ago. I was seeing a girl that had been in magazines as like X-rated magazines when they were all popular back in whenever hell it was. She was not I remember saying she was not at a Playboy level, but there was a lot of magazines underneath Playboy, like just sex type magazines with your everyday girls, showing themselves. Like, I mean, they were hot to be in the magazine. But I actually dated one of these chicks for probably a couple of months, and she was really like incredible body, but she had a very poor upbringing and schooling, so she wasn't very classy. You know what I mean? She was very rough around the edges. But I remember I was living before I moved into that granny flat. I was living in a house probably around 25 minutes from where that granny flat was, and I remember it was there that I was seeing her, and I was there for a few years. I was renting that place for a few years. And the owner used to live next door. It was an old place, and they were not going to knock it down, but they were just renting it out until they had decided to knock it down. So I was renting it for a couple of years. It was very old, and she used to live over Parramatta Way, and I used to drive because she never drove, so I used to have to go and pick her up. And yeah, I dated her for a couple of months. That was an interesting story too. So I can't remember the magazine that she was in, but I remember at the time, I didn't know if she was bullshitting, but she was like, she had a really hot body. And she actually brought the magazine with her and showed me her pictures before we'd even slept together. I had seen her in the magazine. So I thought, wow. And wow.
That's her identity.
I beg your pardon?
Sounds like maybe it was part of her identity to just like show them to you before. I mean, it's
well, I don't know. She believed I believed her, and I went, "Oh, you're in a magazine. Oh, that's good." You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay, I'll be the judge of that. But no, that she showed me, and yeah, I kept the magazine for a long time. I haven't got it anymore. But the problem with her is that she was so rough around the edges, and she was one of these women that fights with other women like all the time. And she was, every second word was fuck, and it's like, oh, Jesus. A little bit embarrassing to be taking someone like that out in public where they can't control themselves, like how they conduct themselves.
Yes, that's important to me.
Yeah, I know. So, so is anybody wanting to come up and talk to us today? Does anyone want to, okay, here's a really good question. Does anyone want to subject themselves to, what are we calling it, Boo? Is it like a personality quiz or?
No, it's just like, we could just questions, or it's just some random questions that I wrote down that I thought were fun. Some of them are like friendship, some of them are personality, some of them
I reckon Nikki'd be up for that if she's still around.
Yeah, she's usually listening. not always in the chat.
Is it
But-
too early? It's too early for Nikki, right?
Oh no, she's up.
Is she?
Yeah. She was up earlier. I assume that she still is.
But she normally doesn't go live for like normally another, I don't know, 4 hours from now.
Well, sure, but I mean, I don't think she just wakes up when she does them.
I can never work it out. I can never work out because I've asked her a couple of times. Have you slept and woken up or stayed up all night and now doing the live and then sleeping afterwards? Which I think is what she does. She stays up all night, does a live at like 4 in the morning or something, and then she goes to bed at 6 in the morning, something like that.
Well, and with COVID too, a lot of people have different schedules. I know for me, I don't sleep for very long at one time anymore. It's almost like it's like a couple of naps a day.
Yeah.
Like,
so what we'll do it towards the end of the live, however long we go for, and I've been going for an hour now, so it's within the hour. What we'll do towards the end of the live, as you and I have spoken about, is that we'll have Wendy come up and tell us how she's going with her puppets or whatever she would like to discuss for 10-15 minutes.
yeah, I like having Wendy at the end of the show. She
Yeah.
it out for us.
Yeah. So hopefully, Wendy, you'll hang around. We won't forget about you, and I'll send you the link in your Discord. Oh, here we go. We have somebody here that's willing to subject themselves, Boo.
All right. Oh, there she is. I knew trivia would get her.
What's up?
What's up?
Sorry, you know what? My keyboard is like so screwed up. And hello, everyone. I just wanted to say hi because I didn't get a chance to do that. I have to use the on-screen keyboard, and now it's annoying.
Your phone's in your keyboard there. She was ready to throw her phone the other night.
Oh no, I
Don't. You probably have important information in there.
frisbee it straight across the room.
You don't want to lose all those screenshots.
What?
You don't want to lose all those screenshots.
You know what? I honestly don't. Okay, that's a fucking lie. I do have a lot of screenshots trying to lie, but I can't do it.
So how often do you ever see her show one? There
And
you
that's
go.
the thing. I
Never.
use them for reference. I don't ever.
Protection.
And I've said it before, even when someone was showing screenshots of our private conversation, I never did it back, and you will never see me do that.
Yeah. Yeah, private conversations should not ever be shared.
Nope. Even screenshots from, I'm too lazy. I'm like, if I would, this is me, I would be like, Doodle, did you say this? I saw that you said this. And if you denied it and I knew you said it and I had the screenshots, I'd be like, fuck it.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to be like, oh, here, look at this. So
Hey,
dramatic.
Jessica. Yeah, I'm not, I actually, I find that cringy when I see, if you want to talk about something, talk about it. But, when I see, it's just weird, when someone's like, I have the screenshots, and it's like you can almost hear the sound effects, dramatic, like, and then it never really is a thing. You're just like, oh, okay, so she said it. Okay.
Yeah, you use it to prove a point. I've said this before. If you really have to, if your back's against a wall and someone's saying they didn't say something and you need to prove it to someone who does mean something to you, then yeah, I will show them under those circumstances.
I'm the kind of person, I'll send that shit behind the scenes. If we're live right now, again, Doodle, I would probably send it to you behind the scenes and say, do you see this?
Yeah.
As long as you and I know.
Even more, I enjoy the chats, the private chats while you're watching a live. Like me and Amy and Jessica were watching one the other night. Or no, Amy wasn't there, but it was me and Jessica and Casper, and it was hilarious.
Oh, I can't participate in that because it's too horrible.
Sometimes going into chats can be dangerous, so it's just better to form your own.
Yeah, sometimes I watch some of them and I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? What? And I don't type it because I hate typing anyway. I think I jinxed myself because everybody's always hears me say I hate typing. And my laptop was like, really, bitch.
Yep.
Well, let me fix that for you. And then, no, I don't have one. So
Do you ever spend your time like watching a live and just yelling at the fucking computer, like because you're so pissed off with what they're saying?
constantly. I told you guys already, like if I do my lives or if I go on a panel, like everybody always like, oh, she's so nice. I'm like, you are misled. I'm horrible. I feel
Oh,
like
your private stories. Oh, I know the one Casper who still goes
Oh
on
no,
to tell it.
yeah,
But,
no.
I mean, it's just hilarious. Or when a commentary on one of your older videos, that's always a good one too.
what's story? What lies are you telling, Casper?
Re-
You guys
remember
put your screenshots.
your friend that took you to the meeting?
The story you can't.
Oh,
You and your girlfriend?
the fucking KKK. Yes.
Oh no,
I don't
no,
care.
no.
I'm not ashamed to say that.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember I was younger, a lot younger. This is going back over 20 years ago. And we were thinking because we were like 20, thinking we were going to be like political and shit. We walked into a goddamn KKK fucking rally. There
But
was no rally,
hey,
but it was a meeting. I
this
was like,
person had
oh my
groomed
God.
them for like a year of being their friend before.
yeah.
I
There's a lot
was.
more details, Nikki. Like
Yeah.
the guy was actually coming to your house and talking to you just
No,
about
yes, we were
life
friends.
life
We went
things.
bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the which I now know was propaganda that he was showing us was he made it seem like
You were going to be a part of a movement.
like a political movement. There was no racism, and everyone who knows me knows I am not down with racism. So, but it was this whole political thing, and again, I was a lot younger, and I oh, Brian St. John actually did a video about racism, and one of the clips he used, I know that girl from that same movement, and he actually there's a picture. But anyways, I didn't know because I was, again, I was younger, and the way he was explaining everything to us was like it was all political. It was, politics and all of this. I had no idea at all. I mean, I knew when I went in there for the very first time, when he finally invited us to a meeting, there was swastikas everywhere. And I said to my sister-in-law,
Little blonde with a couple of blonde children, and
yeah, we were young, and it was my sister-in-law that actually introduced me to him. And he's very charismatic, very for such a horrible, hideous movement. And for anyone here who's curious, it's called the Heritage Front, if you want to look it up. But it's basically the KKK. And
most of them are charismatic to be able to have such a nasty cult like that,
if you hear him, like there are videos out there of him speaking, and he's just so soft spoken. He's like, he's German, reminds me of Ing, the accent. But it was horrible. Like what do you do? Like I just remember walking. I knew what a swastika was when I walked in, and I was like, oh my God, what the hell is like, what do I mean, obviously I'm not going to start screaming at these people.
Like, are they sharing an office space, please?
Yeah, I did not. I mean, yeah, that was. And this
Nikki, wasn't this guy hot too?
I thought so, but I like older, chubby guys. So yeah, I thought he was, but
Better watch out, boo.
I was. I don't think you're old. Well, maybe you're older than me. I don't know, but that happened. Maybe one day I'll tell this story, and I'll.
Yes,
you're right. There's a lot more to it.
Where you've got all the details, because the way you told it to us, I mean, it was like it was a much longer, more detailed story, and it really kind of created. It's a good one. It really is.
We went glow bowling with him. Okay.
Only if you would end up
in the dark bowling
KK meeting,
And then and then there we were. I was like, and
But
then
you're
I
missing out other
realized that
details, Nick. You're missing out those details where you said something along the lines of he was coming in the back door or something, or there was a couple of people
oh yeah,
coming.
no, he never ever came in the front door, and he always brought like bodyguards with. He tried to take over Cuba. He tried to overthrow. No, I'm not kidding. You can look it up. And I didn't really find out any of that until after he was murdered. And it was in the papers and stuff.
I love the way you just throw that in.
He was murdered.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. And it was after that that I started hearing about, so I went on the internet, and apparently the FBI's got like all these files on him, and I was like,
That would have not been.
I can't believe.
Night.
But Nikki
No,
wanted to but Nikki found this guy hot.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I shouldn't say it like that, because I was very happily married at the time, but
Yeah.
but I was young, and I couldn't.
Wanted to be
I don't
part
even
of
know how to explain that.
Didn't know what it was exactly.
No, I did not, because the way things were going in my city at the time, or well, in the country actually, they were doing all of this, changing the laws, and they were like businesses had to have a certain number of visible minorities, and my mom actually got fired from her job so that they could hire someone.
Oh.
And I didn't agree with that, and there were a lot of people that did. That was just one of the issues that we felt like that's what was told to me.
Well, and a lot of these times these groups do pick an issue, something like that, in order to be part of the validation of what they're doing.
But you know what? Honestly, like they went looking back now, and they actually said this. There were a few guys that referred to my sister-in-law and I as baby breeders for the white race. And this is before I had 6 kids, by the way. I only had 2 at the time.
She's going to be a Handmaid's Tale.
I
have a
didn't
question.
understand that. Like, I didn't, I was not exposed to that kind of fucking filth, like that whole racism thing. So I remember at the time that they were saying it, I didn't get it. I wasn't now I know what it means, but that's what they do. They go out and they find young people and get them into their
Nikki, I have a question for you. You'll probably know. No, I have to tell you who it's from. Okay, so I have a question for you from Ing. He wants to know if you remember meeting him at the Nazi rally, and he knows it was you that stole his bike.
Yes, it was me. I did that.
All right.
And
he's listening. He's listening.
He was back then, but
he would have looked a bit different back then.
He's listening?
Yeah, he's listening. Yeah.
Is he listening?
Hi.
Yeah.
He probably knows is he in the chat? I can't even see. The guy's name was Wolfgang Droge.
Wolfgang, I love that name. He's not in the chat, but he's listening. I was
That's
just
his
talking.
band. I swear to God, that's
Metal band.
Am I charged enough to unplug this? Hold on. Sorry about
So,
that.
Nikki, I have a question for you.
But that happened.
I want to know
Sure.
what do most people think about you?
Why
That's
is this chopping
true.
up for me?
Chopping up for you,
Sorry,
Nikki.
what do I most what?
All right, can you hear okay?
Yeah.
I said what
Hold on.
what do most people think about you, but it's not true?
Oh, you're hitting her up with the questions,
That I
are
was
we?
a stripper.
That you were a stripper.
Actually, no. I think that I've told Casper this a few times.
You're
I
sweet
think
innocent.
that a lot of people think that I'm dumb.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's what I think. I think a lot of people think I'm dumb, that I'm trashy, maybe, and I think, I don't think so.
See, I think of you as like the Goldie Hawn. You're
Maybe.
funny and you're lighthearted, but you're very clever behind it.
I've always said that, and I've said this to a few people, Nikki. I always said that everyone works at their own pace, and when you know how we might have some group chats and stuff like that, and you'll say, "Wait, what?"
What is
Right? Yeah, well, because you absorb the information differently.
Nikki. I
Uh
always
oh,
said that everyone
Nikki, mute
works
yourself.
at their own pace. When you know how we
there
All
we go?
right, I had to mute. No, I did that. Oh,
Okay.
Sorry,
now
why was
she's
I muted? I don't know.
because I can hear myself.
It's choppy. Why is it so choppy for me?
You want to drop
Hold on
out
a
and come
second.
back?
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Shit. Oh,
I want to know if Nikki. Oh, she's gone. I want to know if Nikki. Was Nikki really a stripper, or was that just a story?
No, she wasn't. I've got a question for you, Casper.
Okay.
You haven't
Is
had
it?
children. I have a question. Is what should parents stop teaching their children? Like for you, what is something that you see in other kids that you're just like, oh,
Oh. Um. Is that the first question?
no, like on a
No.
list or no? I mean, no,
Yeah.
it was just one that I had for you since Nikki's not up here. How
Oh,
from
well,
someone who has not
well,
been a
I'm
parent.
gonna bail out and just bring
Okay.
Nikki back on.
Way to avoid it.
getting on my motherfucking nerve.
What's
Is it-
happening, Nikki?
I don't know what's going on with my phone. I think that I'm like
And that's the thing.
possessed.
Sometimes on the phone, it doesn't work so well on here. You have to really almost use. I do on a computer. If I use my phone, it cuts out a lot.
I want to just know if I can hire Nikki. Is she stripping lately, or is anywhere I know where
For
she'll
what?
be? Stripping. What's going on?
What? No. What is this? I don't know. I'm not. I can't.
Something
I don't
something
know.
about you being a stripper.
Casper's stuck on
Oh
that.
yeah, no. I've had a lot. I've had people think that.
Really?
I'm like, okay, it's not only strippers that work in strip bars, but shocking. I know. It's a trade secret.
Oh, you were. Hang on. So the story, the story is, you worked in a strip bar. Yeah.
Oh my god, this phone's pissing me off so much.
Boo, can you hear me?
Okay, are you found Casper? Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys could just give me a quick minute, I'm gonna
Sure.
try and do this another way.
Nikki, I think you need to go and buy a new laptop, because that's what Nikki does.
I have to do what?
You have to buy a new laptop, another one.
I have to put. Well, that's the thing. No, yeah, I'm taking this in tomorrow. Actually,
Okay,
I
that's a
don't know
good
if I'm
idea.
gonna if maybe a refund or an exchange. Probably an exchange. Piece of shit. Never again.
Right.
And now I don't know what it is. Like 2 fans that I had broke. I'm like, what is happening? Superpowers now. I just don't know how to use them.
I'm gonna turn my mic up a little bit.
I wish I could do it.
So, are you using your
Sorry,
phone?
guys.
Are
I'm
you
gonna quickly just mute while I try to figure this out.
okay? All right. I want a better question, Boo. That's a shitty question because I don't have kids.
Well, I know that's why I thought your perspective would be interesting.
No, I want a cool question.
Okay. What are some of the things that sound like a compliment, but is actually an insult? Like, I guess, like, do you have a lot of backhanded comments that you use there in Australia? Do you have?
Hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just gonna mute here for a quick second and try and figure this out. Hold on.
Okay. There was a lot of interference coming through. Is your mic working all right, Boo?
I feel like it's working okay.
You've got some noise there, but it's not bad. But
Well, if there's noise, it's the fireworks.
no, not that sort of noise. It's microphone noise, but it's not too bad. I turned mine up. Do I sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not watching the chat. I should. I haven't been respecting the chat. None of us are respecting the chat.
What's the strangest gift you've received other than the blowjob?
Jeez, man, these questions are hard.
Okay, let me find an easy one. What quality do you value most in your friends? Your friendships?
Oh, I'd have to say honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter even if you've done something like that's like shitty, or you've done something that you're embarrassed about. It's the honesty of actually telling the story I find the best part. Like I'll tell a story where, you know, a date went horribly wrong, or you know, I was fishing and fell out the boat. You know, like I will tell those stories because they're fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people only tell you the fucking good stuff. They don't tell you any of the stuff that might, I don't want everyone to, I'm embarrassed about that, so I won't tell that story. No, I like people that are open and honest and say everything.
Right.
You know?
Well, otherwise it's not authentic. Honestly, it becomes
yeah, because like so much can happen in life, and we've all got so many good stories to tell. And like my bad part is I've forgotten half my stories. Like my memory is not anywhere as good as it used to be, and I forget a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess I'm a lot of, you know, living for the moment type thing, because you can. I mean, some people just have memories where they can recall finer details of something that happened 25 years ago. Where I struggle with some of that stuff.
Right.
Why is Jessica saying Casper in caps?
Probably because you're naughty.
Okay.
So Nikki's gone?
Yeah, just popped out just a second ago. Hasn't showed up in YouTube yet, but yeah, popped out of use. Yeah, there it goes. Actually, the delay is actually not too bad today. It's only about a 5-second delay today. But I found it before, like when I'm talking and then you're waiting for a gap to get in, and if you overtalk me, I actually, even when I stop, I have to get you to repeat it because it comes through to me. It's just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's weird. It's really weird like that. Sometimes I think it's probably got a lot to do with my speeds, maybe my upload speed that I was talking about on my writing with Casper. If your upload speed's not that great, it does affect live streaming. Oh god, we got to give Nikki another crack here. Here she comes. Are you ready?
Ready, bring her up.
Is everybody ready? The darling Nikki.
Okay, you know what? This is so weird. I can listen to videos and it's perfectly clear, but for some reason when I come up here, it's just like staticky.
Sounds good.
I'm thinking it's StreamYards.
Sounds good now.
That's always on my phone.
Yeah, it's not so bad now. That's weird.
But often I hear myself like coming through, even when you do your lives, Nikki, like when I come up and it's just you and I on panel, I can hear myself.
No, it's because you had to bring up the KKK shit. And now it's like, no, this bitch cannot be on here.
I'm putting on my fucking boxing gloves after this. I'm going to take you on. Taking you on, Nikki.
Casper, I will fuck you up. I will drop you where you stand.
In the first round?
Across the world.
Nikki, I'm not that.
What?
I'm not like 6 foot tall.
The first round is Casper's knocked out.
I'm not 6 foot tall, but I reckon if I throw a punch, it's like straight over your head, short ass.
How tall did you say you were?
5'7".
And a half.
5'7".
Okay, well,
Five,
I'll
5'7", Nick.
use a stool. I don't give a shit.
Nick's on a delay.
Oh my god! Dear Mr. Streamers, suck 8 dicks. Okay? Who's ever running StreamYards right now? Can fuck off. This is some bullshit. Is there a delay?
It says
Yeah.
okay.
Well, when I talk, I don't get an answer from you straight away.
Thank you, Amanda. Hold on. What? No, I don't have cash. Yes, I do.
Just give her your card. Have a good time, babe. Give her your card.
You're gonna have to take my card. What are you buying? Who are you going out with?
Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you. Don't do any dumb shit.
Which one was that, Nick?
I can't hear anything else. Give my youngest, my baby,
Oh, okay.
the one that's most likely to do dumb shit.
So
The
I've got a question for
17-year-old.
both and in chat. I think it's a pretty good one. What's the most useless talent you have?
We seem to have lost our. Oh, here we go.
What? I just realized I have a way. Okay.
Speed's fine. Internet speed's fine.
You know what? I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna come up a different way, and hopefully there's not a delay.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
I have someone else waiting backstage.
Work,
I have someone else waiting backstage, but they haven't got their devices connected.
To start a fucking Kill Casper campaign. What?
All right, Nick, go out and try to come back in, okay? Jessica, I can't get you. I can't get you up because it says devices not connected, which normally comes up before everyone, but it normally comes up straight away, like it says device not connected, and suddenly bang, it's there. But for some reason, something's not connected right. Okay, you've dropped out now. I don't know if you want to keep trying. That's fine.
Amanda, I can do that same talent. I can roll my tongue.
Useless talent, roll my tongue.
You know, like where you can make it like roll up the sides.
Oh, Jess. Okay, so Jess is aware. Okay, cool. Yes, Ing said, I knew it. He knew it was Nikki that stole his bike from the Nazi meeting. That's funny. Who else is streaming today? Because normally, let me have a look. Oh my god, there's 1 million people fucking streaming. How dare Jeff Count be streaming at the same time as me?
I saw that he came on maybe, I don't know, maybe after we were on almost an hour.
Okay, I'll have to jump over there and say hi after we finish.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, he stole my time slot. Jeff Count, motherfucker. How dare he? Okay, I can see breakfast is going live in 30, but that's fine because I normally do 2 hours max anyway. That's fine. There's a lot of people streaming, but not really RDA. Not that I can see. Okay, so whoever wants to come up, see whether you guys can come back up quickly. So we've got less than half an hour before we finish up, and we're going to have the lovely Wendy on in 15 minutes. So we've really got to split it up into 15-minute batches here. See, I don't follow that dude. That's Frank, right? Cass, that's Frank. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. See, I used to fill this time slot really nicely, and Ross was really happy that I did, but you can't control everybody, and there's no fucking scheduling. As much as I suggested that we have one, we, like Ross said, we really can't tell anyone what to do. But I just thought maybe we could have some guidelines, and no one ever did Friday night for you guys. So yeah, thanks, Cass, for bringing that up yesterday too. I did actually notice that in someone's stream. I can't remember if it was Breakfast Club or whether it was Cheesy's, but I saw that Cass said, "Oh, Casper streams tomorrow, whatever." And yeah, I just think that we should all have roughly our own time slots so that we can, because a lot of us go from one channel to one channel, right? So it makes sense, but that's okay. It's all good. I don't mind. Oh shit, I'm missing out on something. Oh shit, when did you write that in there, Doodle? I didn't even see that. You wrote sounds good, but I didn't. It's old, right? Doodle?
When we first came on.
You might have to drop out and back in too. What's going on? What the fuck is going on? Oh, okay. All right, I got a message. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. So Jess is having a late dinner. What time is it there, Boo?
It's 9:30 here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that is late. Oh my god, if I had dinner that late, I'd be starving my ass off. We have dinner here at about 6:30.
It's
6:30.
similar here as well.
6:30, 7 o'clock.
I don't usually like to eat after 7.
Sorry, you say you don't normally like to eat after 7, or you normally eat after 7?
I normally do not like to eat after 7.
Ah, yeah, right. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. I want to start getting into maybe going into for walks again too. After dinner, helps with the system digest, because they say you should not eat and go to bed or lay down type thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's not good for you.
It's not good for you. Yeah. So I wonder if Nikki's going to come back in like via Russia or somewhere. What do you think she's doing? She's just trying to jump on.
Probably trying to get one of her other options maybe to work. I think she's got like a couple of.
Is she firing up the VPN coming in from parts unknown?
Yeah.
All right. So do we still have Wendy? Because I haven't seen. I'd say Wendy probably has left. Wendy, let me know if you're still here. And I'd like to hear from you and how you're going with the puppets and stuff like that. And maybe we can work out how the hell to sort out this post office box. Nightbots.
I can't send anything to her. I've got the one picked out to send to her, so she won't have to hold it. And it's something that looks like it's made out of rubber, so I don't think it'll break too easy. Or
that would be. Oh, she's still here. Okay, Wendy, I'm gonna drop you the link in your Discord, like the Discord chat, like private chat that I normally send it to you. Okay, let me just jump in here and go, Wendy. There you go, and drop that in there for you. There you go. So come and give us an update. Let's talk about how we're going to get this stuff to you. Because Doodle and I are very adamant about, if we say we're going to do something, we do it. And I feel like it's been a few weeks now where we've been trying to get you something, and we don't want your address or anything like that. We just want something very simple to send it to the post office box. Here we go. I'll just bring Wendy up. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Casper. Hey, Doodlebug.
How are you?
I'm all right. Sorry, I've been busy like crazy.
Hey, that's
really?
Okay.
What have you been doing, Wendy? How have you been busy?
I've been mostly cleaning my room and playing with my new cat.
Oh, look at that cat.
Robin!
So cute.
Hello. Say hello to everybody.
Starstruck.
Hey, kitty.
So sorry about that. I've been busy cleaning my room, doing different stuff.
That's good. That's good.
Playing with my cat.
That's
Hey.
okay.
Yeah, they like that.
That's okay. Have you worked out, Wendy? Have you worked out the post office box thing yet, or not? Not really.
I'm still looking at them. I haven't decided yet.
So you're still cleaning up your room. Maybe you'll find that piece of paper.
Yes, I will try that paper. Just give me, time here.
That's okay. I just don't want you to think that we've forgotten about it, because we haven't forgotten
I
about
haven't forgot about you all. It's just that I've been trying to do this and do that.
Oh, it's no
Yeah.
hurry. We just don't want you to think that we forgot.
And I'm still looking at those things you showed me, but I haven't made up my mind yet.
Okay. Well, whenever you decide which one you want, you just let me know.
All right.
So you're holding your phone now, right? Aren't you, Wendy?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So what this thing will get you, you'll be able to just sit it there and sit your phone there, and then you'll just be able. It'll just be still. Be much easier.
Yes.
Is it hot there, Wendy?
Yes, it is. We had rain today,
Yeah, that makes it humid too.
and I think we're going to have rain this weekend, too.
Wendy's in Florida, if I remember correctly.
The weather changes here and there, people.
Or do you have plans for the weekend, being the 4th?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to the flea market.
Oh, that's always fun.
Do they actually have fleas there?
No.
Oh.
No, not that I see.
Just kidding.
That's the name that they named it. They named it the flea market.
So over in Australia, we probably call that like trash and treasure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Trash and treasure.
Is Nikki all right? I seen she left your thing.
Nikki's having trouble getting back on, and she always blames me, Wendy, for everything that goes wrong in her life. She blames Casper. Can you believe that?
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know. I think she's always wanting to fight with me. If it's not me she's fighting with, it's Robbie she's fighting with. She just likes to pick on us. Can you believe that?
She shouldn't have no problem with you.
Oh, you wouldn't think so. No, it's all right. We're only joking around with her. So she's having trouble connecting. She's I think she had a laptop, and she has, where you plug your headphones in
Yeah.
the jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has trouble with those connections. I think she's worn them out.
Well, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's not good. I like that. That's not good. So Wendy, can I ask you how your leg is? How is it going?
Well, it's doing all right, but I have my pains sometime here and there, and I have to take pain pills.
Okay.
Or Tylenol.
Yeah, that stuff's strong, isn't it?
Yeah, sorta.
Yeah. Okay. So the suggestion here from Cass is, if Wendy has an Amazon account, I've heard that you can have a wish list and people can pay for things, and the address won't be given out.
I gotta work on seeing if they're gonna let me make another wish list, because I already had 2 of them, and somebody hacked me and took my 2 wish lists I had back then.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the 2 puppets that I want to make those myself, and then the phone holder I could possibly do that.
And I guess that I gotta check with Amazon, see if I can make another wish list. I don't know if you can make another wish list if you already had 2 of them and somebody already hacked them.
Yeah, that's true. Be safer if we just had the post office box.
Yeah. Just whenever you find that, just let us know. Because you have one, correct?
I used to have 2 of them, but they got hacked. Somebody hacked me.
No, you definitely have a post office box, though, don't you, Wendy?
Yes, I do. I have a P.O. box, yes.
Okay, so if you can't find the piece of paper, do you think maybe you can ask your sister?
I can ask my mom again. She can text it to me, but you'll have to be patient and let me write it down.
Yeah, that'd be fine. No problem. Yeah, do that, Wendy, and then you can just send me the private message in Discord. So
Yep.
I just want post office box, city, and postcode or
Oh,
whatever it
and
is.
you all will love this next puppet show that I'm going to do, and you people will probably donate like crazy to me
What are you doing?
because I'm already working on figuring out how to use it. It's a surprise. I don't
Oh,
want to blow my surprise.
Okay. I like surprises.
Wendy, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song is Spice Girls, Britney Spears. I love different rock. I love all rock band. I love all old music from back then. I like the oldies.
Like Frank Sinatra oldies kind of?
Yep,
Yep. Uh-huh.
I like everything, and I like rap music, but I only like only certain rap songs.
Yeah. Kind of selective there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she likes Helen DeKellar rap songs, don't you?
yeah. And right now I'm trying to write a song for what's his name?
How come I don't see?
I forgot his name. It's somebody I know, but I forgot their name. You know
That's all
how
right.
hard is it for me to keep everybody's name memorized? Like I accidentally called Ross Dog J.
Well, what about Wendy? When you I saw you on a stream, and you were oh, it might have been Jamie's stream when
Oh yeah.
you were putting the moves on STL.
Sorry.
Yes, she was.
She was being a little bit.
I was sort of like him. I'm sorry.
It was funny. It was funny, Wendy.
I mean, I like certain people.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he has a nice voice too.
Yes, it's the voice that gets you, girls.
And you know what? I hope Ross got my Snapchat shot that I sent him of Jamie in her Discord because
Oh,
I
Jesus.
figure Ross Dog wants to know what she's up to.
Oh my god! Oh my Wendy, Wendy, you're a sneaky. You've been sneaky there, girl.
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's all right. Wendy has a free
and
pass.
plus, she was asking, what's his name that I talked to on her live, Jamie. She's trying to build up her. She wants to help somebody build her channel up again so she can get a lot more people.
Yeah,
Nick-
that's true.
Wendy, what's the most beautiful thing in your life? Is it your cat? Is it what is it? Is your puppet?
The most beautiful thing that I used to have that I used to like was misery bots.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
Until Kyle blew that for me.
I think if I could have 3 wishes, one of them would be for him to email you.
If you all want to know what my wish is, I want to talk to Misery again. That's all I want is Misery.
I know.
Hmm. Well, even I know he doesn't stream anymore. It would have been nice if he could have kept in touch with you, Wendy, because we're all your friends, everyone included.
Yes,
I mean,
but you don't understand, Caster. Me and Jimmer, we knew each other way back then.
yeah, oh yeah, I know. Wendy goes right back to Gemination when I was around in Gemination.
Yes, and I'm sorry, Casper. I still like you and all, but I'm mostly a misery person.
That's okay. You're allowed to like whoever you like, Wendy. Nobody judges you for that.
I still do love you. I still do love you, Casper. I'll be honest with you. I still do love you. It's just that I love Jimmer more.
That's okay.
Okay, Wendy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Choose or tell you where you can go and not.
I'm sort of kind of worried about him because I'm trying to ask people see if they ever heard from him or see how he's doing because I don't want him to get coronavirus.
Well, he's. I think he's taking. I think he's taking a break, Wendy.
I know he is, but I wish he would just come on and talk to me, here and there and tell me how he's doing. Check on me like I checked on him.
Well, if he wants to reach out to you, Wendy, he can. He knows he can. Whether he chooses to, I guess, is up to him. But everyone is kind to you, and I think you should be allowed to go wherever you want. And everybody understands that you like.
Well, I'm just saying,
misery.
You should see on Facebook how trolls bug the crap on me and tell me this and that how things are.
Well, you don't need to listen to any of that. If you get stuck with that, you just leave that wherever you are and go someplace else.
That's why I don't hardly get on Facebook much, because I'm afraid that the trolls are going to start coming into my life if I go live on Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to Hansie?
Mods.
Yes, I do. I haven't talked to him since the last stream I was on with him. I think I forgot what stream that was.
I would like to talk to Hansie. I'd actually like to have Hansie come up and have a chat with us sometime. I'll have to work on that, Boo.
Yeah.
If you can get him on, we'll come up and talk to him. But I don't know how you're going to get a hold of him.
Wendy might be able to do that for you, Casper.
Or I can do that, Casper.
Yeah.
I was thinking about going back to Periscope.
Well, I'm on Periscope, but I don't see any Hansie on there. I don't know if he's taking a break or whether he's changed his name or something. I'm not really sure.
Wendy, where's your favorite place to visit? Where do you like to go?
I like to go to
Hungry Jack's.
Old game store that's in the Volusia Mall, and I like to eat at Chinese place. I like to eat at different fast food places. I like to look around Walmart, Publix, almost everywhere I go.
Yeah, it's good to enjoy all of that. Find the good.
And I normally eat KFC too.
Yeah, I like a bit of KFC every now and then.
But I do go to a bunch of places, but I don't know if you can afford everywhere I go. Doodlebug.
Yeah.
All right, Wendy. Well, please continue to look for that piece of paper for me.
I will do that. And just to let you all know, if you guys want to help my puppet show out, you can donate to my PayPal or my GoFundMe, or you can send gift cards to me.
Yep, I've got you. I don't know if you've noticed, Wendy, but I do have Nightbot spitting out your links.
Yes, and
I noticed that. I seen that, Casper, and I want to tell you thank you.
Oops, sorry, I dropped my mic.
Hey, Casper, I caught a couple of your lives. How come you just how come you don't keep recording till you get to your job? Because I would like to see what you do, and I would like to see you walk in and.
Well, I have to protect myself, Wendy, because there's trolls out there.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, because I just hear you and I don't see you while you're driving.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. I like to have the view of the road, and I used to camp up. I used to camp up in the old days, but I just don't do it anymore.
I'm just saying, you cut it off before you get to your job site.
I do. Yeah, that's on purpose. Yeah, you got to.
I really would like you to give me a tour of what you do, because I really would like to see it.
Well, you know what happens when if I do that, then I have people ringing up my work, and telling lies and making trouble for me, even though they would laugh at them. Some things are best. Some things are best to keep private.
Okay, I was asking. That's all because I would like to see what you do. That's all.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would like to see what I do. All right, Wendy. I got to wrap it up. Thank you for coming on.
Yes,
Hey, Casper, I like your intro of the Ghostbuster.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I'm gonna drop you down, Wendy. I got one more person I have to drop up.
and
Sorry.
Okay.
we
All right.
welcome you here every time.
Look who we've got here all of a sudden.
Jessica with a K.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Jessica with a K.
Just occur
I
as
love that little girl in the avatar. Oh my god, it cracks me up every time I see it.
evidently back in the day, I scared the crap out of some people because I would use that meme or GIF, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And now when they see it, they remember, uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. She's being devious.
That's the evil Jessica.
Well, there's supposedly another evil person, and we haven't figured out which one's one or two. I think we share it equally.
You know, the funny thing is, because I honestly was so uninformed. I'm certainly like not misinformed. I was certainly uninformed. I thought for a while that you really were twins, sisters.
Really? No.
Yeah, I did. I
No.
honestly did because I knew nothing about them, about yous, and then I just started hearing Lemon talk about these evil twins, right? And I honestly thought that yous were really twins.
That's funny. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. So you just thought there was this duo that was
Yes.
going. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Poor
Yes.
Casper.
Yes. That's exactly what I thought. And I thought, like, wow, you don't see too many twins getting on here doing stuff like this together.
The twins from The Shining.
Yeah.
Is that what we are? Okay.
Well, and this comes to a good question of what do most people think about you that isn't true, Jessica?
Oh goodness, I've got a list.
Doodle's questions are hard
Maybe
tonight.
a mini
3 of them.
pamphlet. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Repeat the questions. Something about truth. Okay.
Yes. What do most people think about you that isn't true?
Oh gosh. What isn't true? Let's see.
I would have to say it's evil for sure. That would be.
Yeah, that would be okay. I know people perceive me in so many different ways, and the common way is 2 words, and I'm sorry. One is the C word, the other one is bitch. And that's pretty much it. And then when they start to talk to us, or like Amy, the doxer, oh my God, the doxer. They talk to us and they're like, wait a minute. This sucks. I'm sorry this happened to you.
Right.
And then you get people that are like, well, this stuff did happen to you, but I'm more important. My page is more important. My Facebook page is more important. Everything is just more important. It's all about me. And they haven't been around for more than 2 seconds?
Right. Well, and I think that's part of the thing is, definitely don't believe everything you hear. And if you do want to believe it, it should be based on a fact or something, not just a rumor.
Right. Well, see, I'm going to answer your question, though. The one thing that isn't true about me that I don't like that isn't true, is I am not 52 years old. My parents are in their 50s. I'm 34 years old. 34, not 52.
Yeah, that's a far cry from 32.
Yes.
I wish I was 34 again.
34, yeah.
No,
and
but
also,
for me, I heard Jessica. I don't know if it was not for the first time because I saw her and Amy on a Misery thing once. But the first time I ever really heard Jess talk was um on a live, and I heard her talking and her voice, and then that's when I decided, I might have to talk to these girls, find out what's going on.
So it's just not the girls about the voice; it's the boys about the voice too.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
So, what was your first impression of us? I mean, honestly, straight out the gate.
Mine or
Yes.
Boo's? Mine. Oh,
Yes.
mine was fuck, because I think at Jamie's at that time, and I think I don't know if I was modding for her, but anyway, I was in her channel at that time, and her references to you was all I knew. I hadn't seen anything. I hadn't seen yous. I hadn't heard yous. So I just was told that there was just these two evil twins that did Misery's bidding, and I'm like, okay. Oh, I haven't heard of them before. I'll stay away from them. That was my first. That was my like that would be my ultra first impression. But that was coming through Jamie,
Right.
Well, yeah,
right? That was not from my first hand or anything like that. So yeah.
yeah, he would stalk live since he didn't go in and chat. The lurker.
Oh yeah, I looked on a few Misery streams in the past. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
I didn't mean just Misery. I meant when you were with Jamie and you would to go into other streams.
Yeah.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is normal.
I didn't chat.
People do that.
Yeah, I didn't chat. I never chatted for a long time. Never chatted.
Well, see, the funny thing about that is doing Misery's bidding. Actually, no. We tried to get him to that if all of this was true, and this is once we really started to get into it, that if what's happening to him when we were in the first few, I would say 5-6 weeks of meeting him, all we saw was some guys came in to back up Jamie because she had been mistreated by Misery, or, which honestly, half right, half wrong.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But regarding that situation, we were trying to get him to pursue things legally. Now, I'm not saying that he did everything he was accused of, but they were definitely right on about his character. And I'll also say that the last live I heard of Misery's, I went in 20 minutes in, and he was talking about Ross's kid. And see, Bam just did a live earlier about kids and families.
Yeah.
So for me, that was, dude, I'm ashamed that I was even associated with you.
Yeah. Yeah, really, people cross the line with the kids and the families, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And dealing with that, a lot of people were told by Misery or one of them or his girlfriend, or whatever, whatever, that it was all to blame on Granny and Amy and myself. And like, wait a minute, what? So if most of you heard something bad from Misery or his girlfriend, or other people, you should really come and ask us.
Oh, they're very forthcoming.
I'd like to have a conversation with his girlfriend. I don't know if it would go very well.
It wouldn't go very well, I promise you. It wouldn't. She's an awful person.
Well, there was a point in time where I really actually was seriously considering going down that line, but it never got there. And then I didn't hear anything that pleasant after that about certain things. And then I thought, wow, but that person is makes herself very hard to get hold of.
Yes. And in the way of they don't respond. Even people that had been following him for several years
Mm.
during this time period, he tossed them as well. He trashed them.
Yeah, well, I see. That's the person I knew the whole time. That's the person that did that back in the day, and I knew that's just how he was, right? So I thought to myself, hey, if all these crazy girls and boys want to follow this guy, oh, so be it. I saw it. And some of them people that followed him blindly, are now hanging around with the people that they hated.
Yes. Excuse me. Yes.
You know,
And
it's a weird world out there.
it is. But see, the reason they're hanging out with them is because obviously they go around causing problems, and then they need to have somebody in their backup line in order to defend them, so to say, whatever.
Mm.
You're going to trash these people for how many years? And now you're going to go smile in their faces and be like, haha, you're funny. No.
Yeah, all I'll say is it just sits uneasy with me a little bit. I know it's a free world, you know, do whatever you want. But
Right.
yeah, I feel a little bit uncomfortable so I tend not to go into some of the lives maybe that I used to, or don't catch as many of the lives that I used to.
Right.
Yeah, it's just weird. But then you know you have a situation just where someone like Wendy, for instance, Wendy likes Misery, and that's absolutely fine, and she misses talking to him, and I feel sorry for her, because there's no reason why everyone can't keep in touch with Wendy. You know, you don't have to live stream, you don't have to do it live, you can reach out personally.
Right.
You know, so I feel sorry for Wendy in that regard.
I do too. And when our short time was with him, Wendy is definitely one of his most loyal followers. And she has been, now that is something I will say. Now, whether it may have been put on, exaggerated a little bit,
Yeah.
Misery did go and he would talk to her. But what he did the last month we were with him, he totally iced her out. He blocked her, iced her out, wouldn't talk to her, just completely threw her out like she was a piece of trash.
I heard she got blocked too.
Yes, she did. And he said, well, I can't. Well, you know what he said. But when I saw that, and a lot of us saw that, we were like, wow, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah. It's this discarding of people that pissed me off a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't care about any of the other stuff. I didn't care about the pedo stuff. No. Well, I did have an issue with the kids in his Discord and stuff like that. But
right.
It was how he just generally treated people back in the old days, and nothing really changed. And he keeps rebranding himself, trying to think that he's going to crack YouTube and be this big YouTuber. And you saw it, like he created Patreons, and it really made nothing. What was it, $1 to join? How many people did he have? I was told very, very few.
When we left, I think it was like 40 something people, and it was, I think, $3 for his Patreon. Yeah. There was a $1 plan and a $3 plan. So
man, it's pretty hard to build something up on YouTube where you can be a full-time YouTuber and have a full-time income from it.
Yeah. We started, after a while, we started seeing big chunks of subs disappearing. And that's when it was like, okay, so these people didn't lie about him.
Mm.
That's actually what he does.
I mean, I agree with you, though. A lot of things were, exaggerated, and a lot of things got really mean from both sides. I mean, it really started when
Oh yeah, I was a complete bitch because it honestly, I had never had a conversation with Lemon before, and that is one of the things that really just, okay, I was shocked, but never had a conversation with the person, and the next thing I know, I'm being dragged every single night. So was I a bitch to her? Absolutely. If you can talk about me and not know me and trash me every night, I'm not going to be sitting there going, that's okay, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all learn. I didn't have such a great experience at Jamie's, but I made I took advantage of it from a humor side of it and made a bit of fun about it, and so did everyone else. And we just went with that for a while, and I kept it going by avoiding Jamie, making her chase me, which I thought was funny. Yeah, and Ross certainly made her pay for all the things that she had done to people, so I can't really complain about that.
Right.
Because and when I look back on it now, Jamie seems to have moved on. I find it really hard just to not feel sorry for her.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's went.
But I understand the sort of things she did too weren't very cool. They were a bit shitty, what she did to people. So it's but I don't like to see anyone in distress. I don't like to see people crying, on lives and stuff
Right.
like that. And I used to always think that Jamie would turn
Right.
a new leaf, but the thing is, I just don't. I think she described it best when she said that that's just the way she is. That's her, and I think in life you have to choose whether if you don't like someone, you don't like a creator, or you don't like
Right.
you just walk away. You just block and walk away, because people you can't change people.
Nope.
So, but yeah, I'm glad that you have moved on from that.
Doodle.
Yes.
I feel like I've interrupted you a couple times. So
no, I think some of it's on a delay too.
Yeah, sometimes where Doodle tries to fit in to the conversation, it sounds fine to her, but to me, she comes over the top of me, and then I can't understand her, and then I got to stop and ask what she said. I don't know if it's just a timing thing with StreamYards. I would dare say it doesn't happen with everybody, and it doesn't happen all the time. But today it does for some reason. But Doodle, did you try to say something before?
I don't remember what it was.
Oh, sorry.
Well, now that you're talking about actually walking away from people and getting away from the situation, I would like to bring up I've had to do that recently.
Yeah.
And no, it didn't solve any of my problems with this person. I got relentlessly messaged, and they got more rude but basically they had said in a live that I was a bad person for doing that, just walking away.
Yeah, I think we've all copped a little bit of that. I've walked away from some people and got a bit of backlash.
Well, it wasn't backlash for how I felt. It was backlash because I didn't come back and give them the chance to have the response or the fight that they wanted.
Mm. It's tricky because what I find,
Damned if
even
you do, damned if you don't.
yeah, what's tricky is also the interconnections between people, and like you, oh, how can I say it? It's like you don't have a problem with another person because this other person hasn't maybe done anything to you, but if that person has done something to someone else you like, and then it puts you in a difficult situation. What should I do? Something? Should I say something? Do I have to stop being friends with someone because they've done something or said something to someone else, or they're having a fight? I've sat by and watched two people go at it to each
Right.
other, and I'm on good terms with both people, and I see so two of these internet friends, whatever, are fighting, and do I interject and try to calm the situation, or do I not get involved and end up getting my nose bit off or something like that? What do you do? What do you just give it time for people to work things out? I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know.
Well, I think sometimes it can't be worked out.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Some things will never be worked out. Absolutely. Yeah, that's right.
Well, there was a situation where they, before I had left this person, there was a situation where another person's friend did try to interject. And I told them that it was not their business or their place because it had nothing to do with them. And instead of being like, okay, yeah, you're right.
Well, and sometimes it's the intent behind what they're wanting to do too.
Right.
And Jess, for me personally, just the way I am, being the Aussie guy that I am, I don't go out of my way to make it anything difficult for anybody. Like I don't go out of my way to fight with anybody, but I also will respond if someone's nasty to me. Like if they go out purposely trying to hurt me, and it's to the point where, well, I'm not married, I don't have kids, you're not going to find any of my family. So if you want to fight, they have to fight with me. And I'm not really a fighter.
Right.
I can fight if I'm backed into a corner. Someone's given me so much shit I need to respond. And I've had 2 fights in friggin' Discord with 2 different people. But I don't do it like I don't want my channel about fighting. I mean, I understand it's entertaining for people, and just having a roundhouse conversation with people is boring for people, and there's hardly any watchers. But that's like, I'd rather be like this. I'd rather be this way than jump on and start showing fucking screenshots or shitty things that people have said or done, or evidence. Oh, this person's done this. Have a look, everyone. That's just like creating a drama channel that I don't want to do.
Well, and it doesn't always put you in the best light either,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I even respect people that are fighting. I even respect that, and I'll just stay out of it. And I don't want anyone ever saying to me, Casper, why didn't you jump in and say this and say that? Like, yeah, okay. So if like the stuff that's happened to Doodleboo is very bothering to me. And if any of the people that have done stuff if they respect me or they like me, then they should stop that shit, because I really don't like that. As far as the Jessica and Amy sort of stuff, I still don't know enough history. I mean, I have heard some stuff from the girls, which is great, because I really do respect knowing the history of what's happened in the past, and a lot of it is Jimmer related, misery related. And I've given my perspective of how I feel about what I've seen in the past and what I knew was going to happen, what I absolutely knew was going to happen in the future, which has happened, which is now the past. But at the time, I knew that was going to happen again. And I saw what was being built, and I saw who was involved. As you said, I was a bit of a lurker. And I knew that it was going to go happen and crash the way it crashed. I absolutely knew that was going to happen.
Right. And yeah, you guys were. And that's exactly what happened. It did. It crashed.
Yeah.
But I can say that honestly, I'm glad to be away from it. At first, I thought, yeah, I was upset about it and I was sad. But I think once I realized it in my mind, it was because of the amount of time that was spent.
Oh, yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get time back, but everything else you can deal with.
And you can turn that into a lesson,
Yep.
Well, I learned my lesson. Like, even if it's a small lesson, I learned my lesson from Jamie. When Jamie went down the road she went that time, she was completely wrong, and she's probably a proud person that would never admit it, but she could never have been more wrong about that situation that happened that night with me and Starlight and Ben and all that sort of stuff. I mean, Ben didn't even remember that the next day. I mean, it meant nothing to him, but the line that Jamie took from that point on was she could never have been more wrong about something in her life. And yes, she has admitted since then, there was no malicious intentions, as she says. But what she doesn't realize is that what I wanted that night was for to help Ben with his channel, and it just crashed and burned. And it was about Marianne, and Marianne will get up here and tell everyone that she knows absolutely that I did not bring Ben up to talk about her. I mean, I knew a little bit about the Ben and the Marianne thing, and there's no way I wanted to touch on that, but Jamie went straight to that. And she doesn't. I wish she would realize that she made that mistake and own it, because if people can own up to things,
right,
it'd be so much better. But there's people that would just never ever admit fault of any kind.
No, or they will always, yeah.
I mean, I ended up turning into a bit of a joke. I laughed about it with the Aussies, and then we there was a few alts made, and we had some fun with it. I didn't have an alt, but I knew who they were, and we made fun of it for a long time. I didn't talk in Jamie's chat for probably 3 months or something like that. So I think at the end, I mean, when I eventually did start talking again, Jamie didn't block me. I think she was glad to see me back, but the damage was done. It was never going to be the same again.
Right.
Like with Misery, with you girls, it was never going to be the same.
No. And we would just pop in every now and again. We wouldn't talk, of course, because we'd get banned, but
yeah,
because of his current mod situation at the time. But other than that, it was, since we're talking about people knowing things, I'll go ahead and I'll say it. I was combing knots, you guys. That's who I was. I was one of the knots. Yes, obviously, that is something I 100% have to admit, because evidently I've never admitted it before. The sarcasm.
I couldn't even remember the names, to be honest. I couldn't even remember, other than one of them that someone told me that they were. I didn't even, I said this to someone today. I think it was Boo. It was you, right? I didn't even know who they were.
At all? None of them?
Yeah, sorry, I was checking my messages. Yeah, I didn't even know who they were, because as Jessica knows, I wasn't part of that that particular group. I didn't know. I only knew who the main person was. That was it, and I just didn't think it was, to me, it wasn't a big deal. It was funny. It had some intelligent friggin' things, funny conversations. It was funny, but probably went too far, whatever. I don't know. It's just what it is. Like, I don't have any issues. Like I said, I don't go out of my way to fight with anybody. And I mean, sometimes I use humor a lot, girls. I don't know whether you girls have a lot of humor in your everyday life, but I try to make humor out of stuff. It's a way, I don't know, it might be a coping mechanism that I have. Do you girls do that?
I guess sometimes.
Sometimes? You know,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
always.
pretty sure that I could have a sense of humor right now.
I usually try to use that when I'm making someone else feel better. When I don't feel right, I generally I like to be alone and regroup and then come back.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like that. So, I just saw a very interesting photo. Should I speak about it?
I don't know. How does that work?
Doodle, what do you think?
It's
What does JD think?
Well, that's not JD. That's my dog. Minnie, she's still upset about being dogs.
Poor dog.
How many dogs do you have? Obviously, I don't know all their names.
I have 5 dogs.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, you saw Hangouts, right?
Yes.
So should I address it or not address it?
Let me have a quick look. Okay. Okay. I see. All right. Okay. So does this person know the person who struck her? Does she? Is that what I'm led to believe? Is that how it works? Sorry, I don't know much about the YouTube striking thing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, let me see. It's on the side of strike. Copy strike me. The reason she came on my channel and peed on my pedal and she doesn't like me now. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. All right. So Breakfast Club knows who striked her. Is that what you're saying, Jess?
Yes.
Okay.
She does.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure when you struck someone.
Yes, all of your information.
At what part of the process does the person know? Obviously, it works straight away that the person knows that a channel has struck them. Is that how it works?
You don't have to be a channel to strike somebody as long as.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
you don't
Okay.
have to be a channel to do that. You can do that on your own. It's just a sub.
All right. Well, it's up to you. It's up to you. If you wanted to talk about it, it's fine. I don't know where else you could do it other than Granny's or whatever. But if you wanted to respond to it, yeah, you can if you want to. The reasons for the strike, Jess, is I remember someone saying something about artwork or something.
Yes, my artwork was used in several of her videos.
Okay.
She did not have permission to take my work.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So the fact that she did that in 5 videos, she should also tell people that instead of telling people bullshit.
Okay. All right.
She did it for the subs to have talent, and then it was just continually used. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I got you. Right. Because I remember making a joke about that particular live that I was going to send in my artwork, which was just going to be some stick figures. Like I was just I was just gonna be a dick, you know, and she thought that was fun. Well, it was funny. It was just sorry,
It is funny.
it's my stupid humor. I was just gonna say this is me, this is my mom, this is my, you know, it's just gonna be like stick figures.
Right.
But I think I forgot about it because a lot of people stream when I'm at work, so I'm sorry I can't join in everyone's lives. At that time, you know, I was there at that time.
Well, you can't
Okay, so
bad about
so
someone and then use their things. And that seems
Yeah, you don't get to keep. I'm not the type of person. You don't get to keep my stuff. If
look, I totally understand that, Jess. I did a live with baby pictures, as you know, and I must have had 15 people send me their baby pics. Do you see them? Do you see me using them, or do you see them all over the internet? No, I
Nope.
deleted. Other than being on my live, I deleted those photos from my computer.
exactly. And so, with that being said, when she decided to keep them, but then decided that there was going to be nasty rumors spread about myself and Amy, and she's even done some nasty things to Doodle.
Yep.
So if she was not using this platform to attack people and be a bully, I would have had zero problems. But just based on the fact that you've had people walk away from you, you are obviously the one with the problem, not us, because you don't start massive crap for someone. That's
And-
just not how it works.
And Jess, when you strike somebody, you have to have your own genuine personal details
Yes, and I put
submitted.
them in.
Yes. So my point being, if I see your name just coming up anywhere, I'll know where it's come from.
Yes.
So I don't want to see that shit anywhere under any alt or anything like that, because that's bullshit. And doesn't YouTube? So you guys have got to work out like what do they call that? Mediation or whatever? Is that how it works? Just like how what
Actually,
happened?
no.
No.
I provided the proof. I answered their emails,
Okay.
and I was able to back up that it was my artwork, which was the big thing.
Okay.
And so they literally, it's up to me if I want to remove them or not.
Oh, okay. I get you. So you can at any point in time retract
Yes.
your submissions or whatever they call them.
Yep.
Okay, I get it. So I've never had to go through
No,
that.
you're fine.
I've never had to go through a striking situation. I remember people were striking Jamie.
You had one. You won it.
Sorry, say that again, Doodle.
You did have one strike, remember, but you beat it.
It wasn't a strike, sweet. Sorry.
Privacy
Yeah, it
issue?
was it was the privacy one. Yeah, it was the privacy one. Yeah, and which I find really funny because there was no faces on that.
Right.
It was voices, which everyone anyway. That's a different situation. I think that was just done to me as an inconvenience, but I was quite happy to fight that one and won. And and you know the ironic thing of that, Jess, is I took that video down.
Really? And you still have the strike?
No, it's not a strike. It was an invasion of privacy complaint. It wasn't a strike. I don't have any strikes on my channel because I try very hard not to show anything that anyone can be upset about. Quite happy to verbally talk about things that may upset people, but I don't show anything that I think some moron took me down a couple like a month ago, whatever, when we were showing those dismembered breasts or whatever it was, Doodle, which ironically was from YouTube, which was actually a YouTube video. They took me down
Right.
for that. Took me down for that, but I also won that, and my live got reinstated. So
Yeah. See, with copyright strikes is different, and
correct. Yeah,
even
absolutely.
if she removes the videos, it's not gonna matter.
Oh, okay. So what happened? Okay, so at this point, what happens?
I
She.
think she can do videos, but she can't do lives.
Oh, ouch. Okay, I get it. I get it.
I
Um,
think I could be wrong about that,
yeah, I'm not too sure. Well, okay, all right. Well,
but it has nothing to do with what was the juvenile answer, because I don't want to hang out with them anymore or be around them anymore.
yeah.
But she
Yeah.
Or
don't like her anymore.
because I don't like her anymore. Well, don't talk shit about me, and don't talk shit about my friends, and don't make up fake scenarios in your head that have never freaking happened. Maybe I would like you then. But everybody that tried to help you, you trashed them. You really did. You've trashed them, and well, I guess you learned from the best.
Hmm.
Well, and to me, the worst thing wasn't even to us.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It was to someone else. So
I've
yeah,
been trying to figure out how we started getting the blame for some of this crap, and now that we know,
you're
you're
just
just kind of like, wow.
trying to correct some of that.
Yep.
Well, I heard that I got the blame. I got the blame for the knots because I did one separate all for one night only, and then apparently, if people had a problem with the knots, why don't they go and talk to Casper? It's like, what the fuck? I didn't go in. I didn't go into lives fucking trolling.
Right. No, I
Fucking hell.
mean, we did go in and we were all knots. It wasn't just.
Yeah, but I wasn't in that. I wasn't in that group.
No, you weren't in that group. You had nothing to do with
Yeah.
us in that.
And
You
you
were
weren't
completely separate.
wrong either. It continued on without you.
Yes, it did. And we did not know that. And to know that a fellow creator got tortured
Hmm.
mentally by this crap. What in the hell? Why would you do that to someone when they're
Yeah.
supposed to even be your friend? You had this person looking for people that could possibly be knots. What the fuck? Just whatever. That's sad. That's really sad and pathetic.
It would be nice to not tear everything down and just build from where we are.
Yeah, I try to move forward as best I can.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. It's not worth
You can't change the past.
right. So
Even if you made shitty, even if you made a wrong decision in the past about a situation or even a person, you can't change it now.
nope.
You can try to correct maybe something. Like I,
Apologize.
when I look back at I was hanging with like different people back then too. And
Right.
I look forward now and I think I'm really grateful for the friends I have now.
Yeah, same thing. That's
Yeah.
kind of what's going on here. Circles have kind of been broken apart, but then at the same time, the ones that have been together and working it out and whatnot,
Not taking
they're meeting other people that are like that, honest and loyal and all that. So even though it's not big, the circle's just smaller.
Oh yeah, it's definitely smaller now.
I told that to Casper. It's been some disappointments, but in my real life, I have a small group, so it's I think normal for me to have one on here. You can have lots of people that you talk to, but when you start getting to know somebody, you have to be really cautious with that.
Yeah.
Because you can be sincere and apologize, and it still ends up coming to bite you in the ass.
I think
Yes.
people can choose who they want to hang with, you know,
Mhm.
who
Exactly.
they want to associate with and stuff like that. I mean, I know I look forward to certain group calls and messages through the week, and it's nice to. I, from my point of view, I found it very interesting getting the whole history of when a lot of this started with the with the watch thing and all that. And
Right.
honestly, I just stumbled upon some YouTube videos just back in the day about it, and I had no idea it was all interweaved and
Yes.
all these different people doing different things. And I did
Yes.
find it. I found it interesting listening to how it all came about.
Yep. And then it transferred from one platform to another
Yeah, absolutely, it did.
rather quickly.
People lots of good people coming in, but also lots of bad people coming in.
Yeah, there was some definite. When I found out that some of the people that were a part of the Facebook stuff that we went through, when that they were over here like subbing and making crappy videos on people,
Mm,
that's kind of what we've dealt with now is people just making crappy videos on us about information that's almost 2 years old, I guess, and basically screenshots to fit their narrative.
Well, and
yeah,
years on here is like 10 years. You know, I mean, it's everything moves so much faster on here.
Yes.
yeah. All right. Well, it's been good talking to everybody. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for everybody for coming on. Thank you, Doodle, for helping me again. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to go through many of those questions, but
That's a
um, I
go.
think we should. I think we should make something out of that. I just got to think about it. Jess, thank you very much for coming up.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
And I didn't see Amy in the chat. She's probably busy today. Yeah.
Actually, today is I won't say whose, but I will say it is a kid's birthday, and that is
Oh,
what she's
okay.
at right now. But
Okay.
otherwise, yeah, she would have been on.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for
Yes.
coming up, and let's do a different sort of theme live next time. Maybe we'll come up with something. I must admit,
Yeah, I want to
I
hear
wasn't.
Doodle's questions. I really do.
I wasn't very well prepared. I wanted to do a games thing where we could interact with the chat, but I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything that would suit us. And then we thought we'd start doing some quizzes and stuff like that. And Doodle obviously did a lot of work. And then I couldn't read her writing very well. so I was getting
Amanda.
Boo was going to ask the questions herself, and then Nikki came up, and we were gonna do it on Nikki, but then Nikki had some technical difficulties. So, and now it's gone like 2.5 hours. What is it? 2.5 hours now. So
Yes, and thank you, Cass, Amanda, for modding and just
yes. Oh yeah, I did. I modded up a few
You're
people
welcome.
I
I
modded up a few
noticed.
people. I was waiting for Amy to come in so I could, but I'll whack her on there next time.
I miss Amanda. Thank you for coming in, Amanda. I appreciate it, and you and I
Yeah.
will have to catch up.
Well, we'll
Definitely.
have to get it. So we'll have to get interested in this friggin' true crime stuff that Doodle keeps telling me about.
Now, I will talk about cases, but I've got to say something.
Yeah.
I'm okay with like opinions and stuff like that, but I cannot do another case group. I promised myself
No,
that
no.
I would
no.
never go back into those. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as talking
No.
about them, yeah, that's fine.
I really love our sort of groups that we have set up. They're fun.
Yes,
There's nothing like waking up to 304 messages. You know what I mean?
Right. Night Cass.
All right. Thank you, girls. I will.
you.
Yes, I will drop you off and play my outro, which needs editing as well. But I'm gonna use it this week. Yeah, there's been a couple of changes, so I need to fix that. But thank you very much for coming up.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Jessica. Anytime, and I'll see you.
Thank you, Diddle. All right.
All right, guys, talk soon.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Do.
Yo, get it twisted. This rap shit is mine, motherfuckers. Fucking game. Fuck what you heard. It's what you hearing. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen. X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop, pop, stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker wonder if he did it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am light, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread with, I break who you sending me. You motherfuckers never wanted nothing but your life saved. Bitch, and that's on a light day. I'm getting down, down. Like a nigga said freeze, but won't be the one ending up on his knee, bitch, please. But the only thing you cats did was came out to play. Stay out my way, motherfucker. We gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. What? X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. Ain't never gave nothing to me, and every time I turn around, cats got their hands out, wanting something from it. I ain't got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't with it. Hit it with full strength. I'm a jail nigga, so I face the world like a girl in the bullpen. You against me against you. Whatever, whenever, nigga, fuck you gon' do. I'm a wolf in sheep clothing. Only nigga that you know who can chill. Come back and get the streets open. I've been doing this for 19 years. Niggas wanna fight me, fight these tears. I put in work and it's all for the kids. But these cats done forgot what work is. They don't know who we be looking, but they don't know who they see. Niggas, we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, we gon' give it to ya. Hey yo, where my niggas at? I know I got them down in the green, give them love and they give it back. Talk too much for too long. Don't give up, you're too strong. Love to the wild, wild hunters. Shout out to niggas that done it. And it ain't even about the dough. It's about getting down for what you stand for, yo. For real. We gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll.
Peace out, guys.